Today we're diving into 15 unforgettable songs that are turning 60 years old, all released during the groundbreaking year of 1966.
You just keep me hanging on.
It was a time when rock grew louder, soul grew deeper, and pop music began taking bold, creative risks.
Hey Joe, where you going now?
From sun-soaked harmonies to rebellious guitar riffs, this single year helped shape the future of modern music.
We do whatever we want to.
But after 6 decades, which of these classics still feels the most powerful when you hear it today? Number 1, California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas. Few songs capture longing quite like California Dreamin'. Released in late 1965, but dominating charts throughout 1966, it became the anthem of restless dreamers everywhere. Written by John and Michelle Phillips, the song climbed into the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and helped define the folk rock movement. Its layered harmonies, that unforgettable flute solo, and lyrics about winter isolation struck a chord during a time of cultural change. Even decades later, it frequently appears in films and television, proving its staying power. 60 years on, it still feels like a postcard from a generation searching for sunshine. And speaking of songs that reshaped the charts, Number 2, Paperback Writer by the Beatles. By 1966, the Beatles were no longer just a touring band. They were studio innovators. Paperback Writer marked a bold shift toward heavier bass and more layered production. Paul McCartney's punchy vocal delivery and the band's thick harmonies gave the single a muscular edge. The song shot to number 1 in both the United States and the United Kingdom, showing the group's dominance on both sides of the Atlantic. Its promotional films were also early examples of what would later become music videos. As touring soon ended for the band, their studio experimentation only intensified, making this single a bridge between eras. And they were not the only group redefining pop in 1966. Number 3, You Keep Me Hangin' On by the Supremes. When the Supremes released You Keep Me Hangin' On, Motown delivered one of its most urgent and electrifying hits. Produced by Holland Dozier Holland, the track opens with a sharp Morse code-inspired guitar riff that immediately commands attention. Diana Ross delivers a powerful vocal filled with frustration and independence, capturing the emotional push and pull of a fading relationship.
But you keep me hanging on.
The single soared to the top of the Billboard chart in 1966, becoming one of the group's defining songs. Its driving rhythm and bold production helped expand the Motown sound beyond polished sweetness into something more dramatic. 6 decades later, it still feels fierce, immediate, and impossible to ignore. And from Detroit's polished soul machine, we now turn to a guitarist who is about to set the world on fire.
You know I'm gonna mess around with another man.
Number 4, Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix.
Hey Joe, where you going now?
Hey Joe introduced American audiences to the electrifying presence of Jimi Hendrix.
Hey Joe, I I heard you shot your lady down.
Although the song itself was written earlier by Billy Roberts, Hendrix transformed it into something entirely new with his fiery guitar tone and blues-driven improvisation.
Where you gonna run to now? Where you gonna go?
Released in late 1966 in the United Kingdom, it quickly gained attention for its raw sound and dramatic storytelling. Hendrix's performance style, both on stage and in studio, felt revolutionary. Within months, he would become one of the most talked-about musicians in rock history.
You ain't gonna put a rope around me. You better believe it.
Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it. Now, let's slow things down for one of the most beautiful ballads ever recorded.
But long as there are stars above you, you'll never.
Number 5, God Only Knows by the Beach Boys.
God only knows what I'd be without you.
Many critics and musicians have called God Only Knows one of the greatest songs ever written.
Believe me, the world could show nothing.
Featured on the landmark album Pet Sounds, Brian Wilson crafted a deeply emotional piece built on intricate harmonies and bold orchestral arrangements.
Show nothing to me, so what good would.
Released as a single in 1966, the song broke pop conventions with unusual chord changes and vulnerable lyrics. Paul McCartney has publicly praised it as one of his favorite songs, highlighting its influence on fellow artists of the era. Its tenderness and sophistication helped elevate pop music into high art. 60 years later, it remains breathtaking in its beauty and ambition. And as the decades surged forward, soul music was about to get a little grittier. Number 6, Ain't Too Proud to Beg by The Temptations. By 1966, The Temptations had already established themselves as one of Motown's smoothest vocal groups. But Ain't Too Proud to Beg added a gritty urgency to their sound. Produced by Norman Whitfield, the track leaned into a harder-edged soul style that hinted at the psychedelic direction the group would later explore.
My heart, and each day it grows more and more.
David Ruffin's passionate lead vocal gave the song emotional weight, while the driving rhythm pushed it into the top 20 on the Billboard chart. It became one of their signature hits and remains a staple of classic soul radio.
Proud to be, baby, baby.
60 years later, its pleading chorus still hits with undeniable force, from soulful desperation to playful imagination.
Of submarines, so we sail.
Number 7, Yellow Submarine by the Beatles.
A yellow submarine.
Yellow Submarine showed a lighter, whimsical side of the Beatles, at a time when their music was becoming increasingly experimental.
Submarine, yellow submarine, we all live.
Sung by Ringo Starr, the track felt almost childlike, complete with sound effects and communal sing-along energy. Released as a double A-side single, it reached number 1 in several countries.
We all live in a yellow submarine.
And became one of the band's most recognizable tunes. Its animated film adaptation further cemented its place in pop culture history. Even as the band pushed boundaries, they proved they could still craft pure fun.
Live a life of ease. Everyone.
Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Okay, on to the next. Now, let's turn inward with a very different kind of anthem.
Gazing from my window to the streets below.
Number 8, I Am a Rock by Simon and Garfunkel. I Am a Rock captured the quiet loneliness that lingered beneath the optimism of the mid-1960s.
Penetrate. I have no need of.
Written by Paul Simon, The song pairs sharp acoustic guitar with tightly blended harmonies that feel both intimate and distant at the same time. The single climbed into the top 10 in the United States
Bird of feelings that have died. If I never loved, I never.
and helped solidify the duo's growing reputation as thoughtful storytellers. Its lyrics about emotional walls and self-protection resonated deeply with listeners navigating a rapidly changing cultural landscape.
I have my books.
6 decades later, its message still feels strikingly relevant. And from introspection, we move towards something far more playful and unpredictable.
The kids would all sing, he would take monkey.
Number 9. Happy Jack by The Who.
Happy Jack wasn't old, but he wasn't bad.
With Happy Jack, The Who delivered a quirky yet powerful single that showcased their explosive style. Built around Pete Townshend's sharp guitar riffs and Keith Moon's energetic drumming,
And they couldn't prevent Jack from being happy.
the song told the story of a carefree outsider who refuses to conform. It became the band's first top 10 hit in the United States, introducing American audiences to their rebellious spirit.
They couldn't prevent Jack from feeling happy.
The playful tone masked a deeper commentary on individuality and resilience. 6 decades later, it still feels defiant and bold. Do you think Happy Jack still stands as one of The Who's most underrated classics? If you agree, comment yes below. Next up, a singer-songwriter stepping confidently into the spotlight.
My girl out of sight, yeah.
Number 10. Cherry Cherry by Neil Diamond.
We do whatever we want to.
Cherry Cherry marked Neil Diamond's breakthrough as a solo star. With its infectious rhythm and conversational vocal delivery, the song became his first major hit.
Mama's girl, I can't stay long.
Climbing into the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Diamond wrote the track himself, and its blend of pop and rock showcased his knack for crafting catchy yet personal songs.
Introduce Mr. King Harrison. Do it, baby.
The upbeat tempo and memorable chorus made it a radio favorite throughout 1966. It set the stage for a long career filled with chart-topping ballads and arena anthems.
She got the way to boom and cherry.
And as 1966 rolled on, Spy Fever was about to take over the airwaves.
Pretty faces that you find.
Number 11. Secret Agent Man by Johnny Rivers.
Secret agent man, secret.
Few songs captured the spy craze of the mid-1960s quite like Secret Agent Man.
You say you give yourself away.
Recorded by Johnny Rivers, the track became closely associated with the American broadcast of the television series Danger Man, retitled Secret Agent. With its twangy guitar riff and mysterious tone, the song climbed into the top 5 on the Billboard chart.
The Riviera one day.
Rivers' energetic delivery gave it a cool, undercover swagger that fit perfectly with the era's fascination with espionage. Even today, that opening riff instantly transports listeners
Persuasive lips. The odds are you won't live
to a world of secret missions and coded messages. From spies and suspense to sharp social observation.
Left me in my stately home, blazing
Number 12. Sunny Afternoon by the Kinks.
this sunny afternoon.
Sunny Afternoon showed a more satirical side of the Kinks. Written by Ray Davies,
In the summertime,
the song paints a picture of a wealthy man complaining about taxes and lost fortune, all delivered with a laid-back, almost lazy melody. Released during a heat wave in the United Kingdom, it resonated deeply.
sunny afternoon.
climbed to #1 on the British charts. Its music hall influences and witty lyrics set it apart from the louder rock trends of the time. 60 years later, it remains one of the band's most distinctive and clever hits. Next, we shift to a powerful ballad that tugged at heartstrings worldwide.
Here's my mama and papa.
Number 13, Green, Green Grass of Home by Tom Jones.
The green, green grass of home.
Tom Jones turned Green, Green Grass of Home into one of the most dramatic recordings of 1966.
To touch the green, green grass of...
Though written by Curly Putman, it was Jones's powerful voice that gave the song its unforgettable emotional weight. The single topped the charts in the United Kingdom and became one of the year's best-selling releases there.
The old house is still standing.
At first, the lyrics seem like a simple homecoming story, filled with warmth and nostalgia, but the shocking final reveal stunned many first-time listeners, transforming it into something far deeper and more haunting.
For there's a God and there's a saddle.
Even after 60 years, its storytelling impact remains just as powerful. And from heartfelt drama, we return once more to Motown magic.
My world is empty without you, babe.
Number 14, My World is Empty Without You by the Supremes.
My world is empty without you, babe.
Earlier in this countdown, the Supremes proved their chart dominance, and My World is Empty Without You revealed a darker emotional edge.
From this loneliness, there's no hiding place.
Produced by Holland Dozier Holland, the track carried a more dramatic tone than many of their brighter hits. Released in 1966, the single reached the top 10 on the Billboard chart, reinforcing the group's remarkable consistency. Diana Ross delivered a haunting vocal that perfectly matched the song's sense of loneliness and longing. Its moody production showed that Motown could be sophisticated and shadowy, as well as joyful. And now, we close with an energetic anthem that captured the sound of freedom.
Even my old man looks good.
Number 15, Friday on My Mind by the Easy Beats.
Friday on my mind.
Friday on My Mind became a breakout international hit for Australian rock band the Easy Beats. Released in 1966, the song perfectly captured the universal grind of the work week and the explosive joy of Friday night freedom. Written by Harry Vanda and George Young, the track blended driving guitar riffs with a soaring chorus that felt instantly contagious. It climbed the charts in the United States and across Europe, introducing the world to one of Australia's biggest rock exports. Its restless energy still feels fresh 60 years later. And with that burst of anticipation, our journey through 1966 comes to a close. 1966 was more than just another year in music history. It was a turning point where harmony met experimentation, soul met rebellion, and storytelling reached new heights. 60 years later, these 15 songs still echo through playlists, films, and memories around the world. Which of these classics still gives you chills every time you hear it? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this trip back in time, be sure to like, subscribe, and join Retro Rewind for more musical countdowns.